Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Hey family, we're back. We're back on. I wanted to come on. This is a pop-up. Popcorn. You guys, sometimes I get really frustrated. But I'm going to tell you why. I don't let little people try to make big, a problem in my life. I just don't. Little people have little minds. They have little ambition. And they're just little to me. Imagine that. Hey, this is SP. Hold on for a minute. Let me get the popcorns in here. Tina Powers, you're number one. I got your ticket first. And then Sanja, did you say popcorn girl? Yeah, you better had. Sanja, she said popcorn, you're number two. And she said popcorn. Oh, I got to get you too, Nancy. And then I think it's a Nancy LaRose in the building. Yeah. Nancy LaRose, put an L there. And then you're calling in. So, we were going to do an update on what's going on in the court. Go ahead and, Nancy. Oh, let me give everybody their number. Nancy, Cody's voice. So we won't get them mixed up. Okay. Tina, your number 7929541. Sanja, your number 7929540. And Nancy L, your number 7929539. And Nancy Cody Voice, your number 7929542. Okay, let's go on some updates of what's going on, what happened in court, and what's going on.
All right, so we just get out about 15 minutes ago. First off, it was the police officer that retrieved the confession letter, where Cory was calling him for him to come up and write it down because Cory didn't have anything to write it down with. So the man was like, oh, okay. He was like, so he wrote down what Cory had said, about trying to do CPR on Cody. He had found him unresponsive, no luck, da-da-da-da. We all know the letter. Okay, the police officer then says to Cory, okay, Mr. Bigsby, I'm going to slide this back to you and I'm going to have you sign it. So Cory signs it. He takes it, calls his supervisor, gives it to his supervisor. So they immediately do a an assessment to where, like a suicide thing, because when you mention something like this, we automatically have to assume that, you know, this is a lot of information that you're saying that's something that you did to your child. So you need, you know, some medical advice. Well, they do all of that. Then they go in with the supervisor of the prison or the jail, goes in with her body cam on, has Cory sit down and write in his own words what happened to Cody. So there comes the second confession letter where he's switching things up. You know, he did find Cody. He did put Cody in the bed. You know, blah, blah, blah.
The bed or the bag?
He laid him in the bed with DJ. And then he got him out of the bed, took him in the bathroom, put water on him, took a poo, and smeared his feces on Cody. So he admits to all that in that one. And at first, the jailhouse official supervisor says, you are doing this and no one is making you write this, anything like that. He goes, yes, I'm writing it.
Did y'all get to see the video?
Girl, the TV the monitor would not work, so they just showed the jurors off of a computer laptop.
Okay.
But we could hear it, and then, of course, we're all leaning over trying to see. We could see bits and pieces of it. We could see him sitting there writing the letter, signing it, and handing it over to the supervisor. So, of course, Antoine Bell has to get up there and twist and turns. Are you a medical person? You know, how can you make that decision? You know, and she was like, well, I didn't make that decision. She goes, I had to call my supervisor, and my supervisor got in contact with mental health, and they said that, yes, put him in suicide watch, you know, until we can get to him. So that's what they did. So, of course, Brown took an hour, you know, back and forth. You're not qualified. Who told you to take that letter? You know, who told you to come back in? And she kept saying it's protocol. It's protocol. And she had to just keep repeating herself. So we got through that one. He brings that man, that CO, back up there that collected the first letter.
Mm-hmm.
He made that man read it again, and the man told him, I cannot read this letter. This is too emotional for me. I was just asked to read it to the jurors, and I did. He was like, I cannot read it again. It makes me too emotional. Well, judge ruled he could read it again. So Brown said, but you're not going to read it your way. You're going to read it my way. He said, you're going to read it sentence by sentence. And he goes, well, what do you mean? He goes, he writes something, he puts a period, you read it just like that, and you stop. And the man looked at him. The officer starts crying.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was so emotional for him.
Mm.
So, got through all
They
that.
made him read it again?
They made him read it again. Yes. Cory J. Bigsby, killed my son, Cody Bigsby, on June 18th, 2021. And then the man had to stop. Well, why did he write it like that? That's not how you had wrote it down. Jailhouse official says, he was telling me what to write. I wrote it. We wanted him to write it in his own words, so that's why we came back up. and he had to explain that every sentence. So I got so pissed off. I'm sorry for cursing. I got so mad, I had to go out. I couldn't sit through the rest of it because when the officer was reading it from the get-go, I was crying. And then when he made him read it again, and the officer started crying, I started crying. I was like, I'm going to say something, let me go outside. So I went outside through the rest of that. So I don't know what happened after that. So they bring in the photograph, FBI analysis that pulled data off of Cory's phone. Cory had 4 cell phones and 3 tablets. So they pull data, comes back with emails, pictures, your typical stuff that you do on your phone. Comes back with all that. So they wanted to get into the picture part. And they were like, so when you first received it, or did it go back? He says probably June 1st of 2021. He was like, did you see any original pictures of Cody? He says, I did. He says, okay, how many? He said there was a couple. He goes, and then how many did you see of Cody after January 18th? He says none.
June the 18th?
Yeah.
June the 18th, okay.
He says none. He goes, I didn't see no original pictures. He was like, now I've seen pictures that he had taken of Cody previously to the 18th, but they're not original. He like, you take a picture, and it's on your phone, that's the original. Once you send it to somebody, it's not original anymore. The picture that you sent to somebody is not original.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, the only original pictures that we've seen after the 18th were of the other 3 children. There were no more of Cody in there. Defense, okay, prosecution, they're done. Here comes Dude Brown. He said, and he was like, well, what makes you such an expert that you can tell between an original and a secondhand? He goes, my bachelor, my master's, my training. He just goes into it all. So he tried to tell the man that he was lying and that he wasn't qualified to be able to say that those were original. Judge just was like, oh, so that man's testimony was submitted in for evidence.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time we're looking at the jurors because Dude Brown said that this man said one thing, or he said it this way, and then Brown comes back and said, oh, no, you didn't. You said it this way. We all looked at the jurors, and the jurors were all shaking their head. No, he didn't. He didn't say it the way you were trying to say he said it about the original pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So we've rested.
The prosecution rested.
Yes, we rested.
Right.
So Monday he calls in his witnesses.
The defense will have the floor.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then Brown looked up something from 1983 about a no-body trial, said that in the state of Virginia, there hasn't been a no-body trial since 1983. And everybody looked at each other and we were like, how about 2023? We just had one 6 months ago. And the man got life in prison. And we still haven't found the woman.
Mm-hmm.
So he just kept trying to recite, trying to get all that evidence thrown out. And Judge was like, no. He says, no, it all stays. He was like, well, the Commonwealth has not proven. The judge, yes, he has. The judge, he said, the Commonwealth has proven everything that you're mentioning, they have something to prove. They've called witnesses. We have their statements, like the back door never broke. Cory lied about that. Like the footprints in the snow, the decomp in the bedroom. They have evidence of all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So they asked Antoine Bell, any more witnesses? He's like, no, sir, I rest. He's like, Commonwealth rest.
Okay.
But then, here come the drama, girl. Here come the drama with Hampton Roads. The uncle attacked Amanda.
Shut up.
Verbally. Yes.
The uncle, what's his name?
Glenn Hennett.
Glenn Hennett.
Hennett. He verbally attacked Amanda.
How did he verbally attack Amanda?
He told Amanda that, why are y'all sitting over there crying like a bunch of babies over a dead kid?
Shut up!
No. So, the Mr. Hennett was like, y'all over there weeping and all that, and y'all don't even have a body. And Amanda goes, yo, wait a minute. You're not gonna come at me. And when she said that, here comes the bailiffs, all of them. They took Amanda downstairs. Amanda's going to press charges.
Because he spoke to her?
Because he verbally assaulted her.
He didn't say he was going to kill her.
I don't know what. All I got was the part about we over there crying over a dead baby, but yet 2 months ago Cody wasn't dead. That's beside the point, but...
He said those words to her?
Yes. He was standing at the end of the steps waiting for Amanda to come out of the bathroom. He waited for her. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So
Monday we're starting all over now with the defense.
Wow, I can't believe that came out of his mouth. That'd be, if nobody heard him say that, it'd be her word against his word, nothing come out of it.
Defense lawyer walked by and heard it. One of the advocates.
Defense lawyer is not gonna say he heard it.
Oh no, not the defense lawyer. Heck no.
So.
Heck no.
It's just her word against his, and he...
Well, the sheriff downstairs, because they were right there, because you can look over the railing, and you're right there in the lobby, so the sheriff can see, the one that checks you in, she can hear everything and see you guys, because it's all clear glass.
And he said, why are you crying over a dead baby?
Yeah, why are you crying over a dead baby? And then they just kept arguing back and forth. I was in my car. I came out to my car and grabbed a cigarette real quick.
Okay.
So I'm going by what was told. So
you never there.
I'm not. I always miss the good stuff.
Well, I don't think it's good stuff. I think it just takes away.
Yeah.
But
it takes away from Cody.
But at the end of the day, people are going to be in there. You have to be very, just keep to yourself when you're there, I don't know why he picked her out the bunch. You know what I'm saying?
They've been doing it the whole time.
But
they'll
they might be trying to start some stuff so,
it'll have a mistrial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what outside do with the being a mistrial, because in that one trial down there in Texas, girl, there was somebody standing outside with a shotgun and wanting to shoot people when they came out the courthouse. It ain't gonna change the trial. The trial gonna go regardless.
Yeah, trial gonna go on. Yeah.
So it's not gonna be a mistrial because they acting a fool. It's just gonna be like, maybe he feels something. People feel obligated and just to stand by who they care for, who they love, whether they're wrong or right. that's just human. That's human nature. People do that, and
Yeah,
I get it.
and I feel that he feels, hey, now they know I'm lying, because he's been saying the whole time, Cody's not dead, Cody's here, we just seen Cody in December, so no, you didn't just see Cody in December.
Right. Well, we're gonna know. I knew that. I knew they wasn't gonna get to them today because it was a little
Right.
bit late, and so they'll have time to
Yeah.
um get themselves together by Monday. They'll come right on in there, and it's gonna go really fast. The defense is not gonna be a day or 2 day. It's gonna be Monday, and that's it.
Correct.
Cause they don't want to trip themselves up.
Right.
They're gonna ask
Absolutely.
questions trying to uh say whatever. But so have you got a chance to look at the list of who is gonna be called?
Yeah, the news put the list of witnesses out. I'll have to find that for you.
Was Tiani's
Thir- 13, Channel 13 put a list out.
was the sister, so called sister,
Yeah, Tandalia Butler.
her name was on the list?
Yeah,
Okay. Well that don't mean they're gonna call her.
correct, correct. But yeah, her name was on the list. I mean, he got rid of. He said he was calling 30 witnesses. He had to go through his stack because he said, "Oh, I don't need all these witnesses." So Brown had to sit there and go through his big old stack of 30 folders and eliminate what witnesses he didn't want to call. So that's what he was doing today.
And the witness that he's calling is gonna be like witness gonna say something about Cory's character more than anything, because I don't
Yeah,
think nobody's gonna perjure themselves and say, "Oh yeah, the baby was over here," and
well, they do have he does have a witness that says that she has seen Cody. Supposedly. Cody.
Tindilani,
No, that's the sister, Tangelia Butler.
Tangelina.
Yeah.
I guess they call her Tiffany or something like that. I can't remember what her nickname was. So you're saying they've got another witness that says that's seen the baby.
Yeah, and I believe it's the lady that swore up and down that she's seen Cody in the Starbucks at the Harris Teeter.
Oh.
Because she swore that was Cody. She said because she was standing right behind the lady with the braids, which would be Candelia.
Yeah. But Tindalina ain't saying, yeah, that was me with Cody. She ain't trying to put herself up in there, girl.
Absolutely. I mean, I think, I think some more stuff's going to come out on Monday. You're going to see a bunch of lies.
Well, how do you know that woman is saying that she seen Cody? Somebody said.
Because that's what Brown had said. That they have a witness. One of their witnesses is the one that says they have seen Cody.
Oh, okay.
So after June the 18th of 2021.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay.
Yeah.
Because if that was the case,
I don't think that's gonna happen. I think
yeah,
she can probably say she's seen that baby.
she's going to have to prove it.
No, she don't have to even prove it. She could say it, but she could be mixed up with one of the other kids or something, or just trying to get some kind of clout or whatever. But the baby DJ already explained. He's seen that baby, and the baby, let me tell you something. And I don't care who they call. The only person they can't call is Jesus Christ himself on that stand. And then people change their mind. But other than that, you can call anybody in this world. That baby being 7 years old, 7, he described death.
Mm-hmm.
His eyes were bugged. His color was all,
Face was wrinkled, eyes were open.
he's shaking him, bruises all over. And something was wrong with Cody. And his daddy said, ain't nothing wrong with Cody.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Absolutely.
that baby described death better than grown folks.
Yeah.
And you'll never be able to take that away from that 7-year old. I don't
Yeah.
care who comes up in that courtroom. Like I said, Jesus Christ have to come in that courtroom himself. Other than that, um, Cory Bigsby might as well put them shackles on and go right on back to jail.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, Monday we'll know. Then we'll be on verdict watch.
Yeah, it ain't gonna take long either.
No, it's not because everybody that's sitting, on the side that we always sit on, and we're right in front of the jurors, or we're beside the jurors actually,
Right.
and you can see their facial expressions, you can see them shaking their head, you can see them crying, you can see them rolling their eyes, everything.
All right. Right.
So I believe they've already got their mind made up. I
Yep.
think Curtis Brown really screwed it up for.
No, he couldn't have screwed it up. They just didn't. They thought just because they didn't have a body, it wouldn't. It would be hard for them to prove. But people know people, and he's got too many things that he said and he did and he signed and emailed and write this for me, and then they got him on video camera showing that he, ain't nobody torturing him, and he's in the cell writing it himself what he meant. It ain't gonna be in the same words. It ain't gonna be consistent. He's gonna forget some things he said, and because he was writing and somebody else was writing it. And here's the thing, and I'm gonna tell you this because it's true. If you look at his writing, he probably didn't write a lot of things because the words were too big for him to spell. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
when I was trying to read his letter, I couldn't even make out some of the words myself.
He wrote it in crayon. They wouldn't allow him to have a pencil or a pen, so he was only allowed to have crayons.
Mm-hmm.
So he wrote everything in crayon because he made them go through that composition book, and there was things that he had all the football teams wrote down, and he had a person, then he had names, he had phone numbers, things like that. That was all written in crayon.
Okay.
And he had asked, well, why isn't it in pencil? And they were like, because it's protocol that you cannot give us a person that's on suicide watch anything but crayons.
Right.
So, and they found a cup full of pills, not completely full, but, a few pills in it to where he wasn't taking his medication.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. They were still trying to pull the insane card, even though he's been proven to be competent.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's basically all I can give y'all for today, because it really wasn't that much.
No.
It's just like I say, it's just that he takes so long with a witness.
Well, yeah. Well, he's supposed to. He's trying to find just a little bit of doubt in there where somebody could go, well, that doesn't make sense, or something. But he can't find it. That kid sealed the deal.
Yes.
He sealed the kid sealed the deal. That email sealed the deal. Those two things, and then his confession letters. All of those confession letters, they sealed the deal because, I mean, how many times you got to say it?
Right.
Before somebody
also,
believe.
Right, and also the fact that the dogs couldn't pick up a scent. I mean, they couldn't track Cody's scent, or the cadaver dog could not track Cody's smell.
No, that's you guys got that wrong yesterday. The cadaver dog did pick up what he's supposed to pick up.
Yes.
Decomposition in the house. That's all the dog can do. He can't pick up Cody's scent. He pick up
Okay.
death.
Right. So right. So it was the tracking dog that could not pick up the scent.
Right. The tracking dog
Right.
couldn't pick up Cody.
Right. So
But y'all in there. Y'all in there. I don't know. Wow.
yeah, but that is true though. That you're exactly right on that.
No, yeah.
So
Well,
because I remember him saying that the tracking dog was a bloodhound. So
yeah. So, and there wasn't, he didn't put Cody in the refrigerator.
yes, he did put Cody in the refrigerator. He put Cody in the refrigerator for 3 days. Yes. Because they read it today in the letter.
That's what he said in the letter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because they read the letter out loud, and that was in the letter.
Well, we was reading the letter, and I've never ran across he put him in the refrigerator. He put him in the truck.
He put him in the trunk of the car, yeah.
Yeah, the trunk of the car, but not.
Yeah, he did that too. He took him out of the refrigerator.
But that's what he said. So,
now, there's 2 parts to that letter with the X on it.
yeah.
There's 2 parts to that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not just 1 page, it's 2 pages.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
Okay. Well...
But
if he would have put him in the refrigerator, the dog would have picked up in the refrigerator.
I'm assuming so, but
Okay.
that's what was in the letter. Whether they made that a big factor, they didn't make it a big factor.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's where he had put Cody in the refrigerator. He was just going by what was written down and
Okay.
read it. They were more on the decomp that they smelled.
Yeah.
And not picking up a scent.
Was Cory dressed really nice today?
Was he what?
Was he dressed really nice today?
No, he never dressed nice. He always wearing that black jacket and them green jeans.
Green jeans.
They're like corduroy, like a puke green color.
Do he be... Well, so they've been putting the mom in a protective place so she can watch?
No, she's right there in the courtroom with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's in there with us, but of course she is surrounded by advocates and
Family.
and the people from the prosecutor's office.
So, was her sister there?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Her sister, her mom, well, both of her sisters, her mom, and her mom's best friend.
So, I seen some things. And so, so now the sister being dragged on social media. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So I mean, she is hateful. I'm gonna tell you that now because there's this white lady in there that's older lady that sits over with the family, and she had told Dana that she needed a screenshot of the picture of all 4 of the boys. So the sister heard Dana telling us that. The sister got up and walked over to the lady. So the advocate had to go and grab the sister and take her out in the hallway, and they were out there for like 30 minutes.
Why did she want a picture of all the boys?
We don't understand.
And who is she?
She's one of Kay's minions.
They trying to trick people up because the family is not supposed to be talking, sharing anything.
Well, from my understanding, Kay supposed to be making a movie.
Who?
Okay.
Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into that.
We just laughed about that. I mean, because her and Amanda are fighting because she said, because they're talking to me. You know, so I'm like, well, Amanda had to send Kay back her $20 that she had sent Amanda for her birthday yesterday, and then she cutting down Rhoda because Rhoda did a drawing. Rhoda.
I see.
Right. I'm sorry. One of those ladies is practicing drawing.
Well,
And she was drawing everybody.
Yeah.
And that just happened to pop up on Facebook, and that was sent to me in a screenshot. So
yeah, I seen all that.
Yeah, so they're taking away from what we're really there for, you know. So, and I'm not going to get involved in that. You know, I've been through enough, so I'm not going to get to where I'm not going to be able to be in there. I'm not saying nothing to nobody.
Yeah, I stay away from that stuff. I don't mean to be cutting people off, but I stay away from it. I see something, I might mention it, and then I'm done. I'm just letting people know it's out there, and I just don't want to have, I stay out of it because it ain't, I ain't got a dog in that fight, like I don't.
Right. That's why I'm not getting drugged into anything. You know, Nancy sits there. You know, somebody says something funny, I laugh. You know, but I'm not commenting.
Yeah, it's best not to.
Because they ain't gonna go back to the, well, Nancy said this. No.
So this is what they're saying on the article today. They're saying, Friday marks the 5th day of the murder trial against Cory. Correction officer at the jail where Bigsby was in custody testified about Cory allegedly confession while in jail. The officer Jamal claimed that Bigsby yelled asking for an officer to write stuff down for him. He claims this happened while he was on duty the night of August the 3rd, 2022, in the morning the next day. Jamal claims Bigsby asked him to write down the following: I found my son unresponsive, tried CPR, I could not revive him. Jamal says while quoting what Bigsby allegedly said on the stand. Let me see here. I'm trying to.
Yeah, that's the officer that received the very first confession letter. He was the one that was crying.
He claims he looked. Let me see here. He says, I could not revive him. Quoted what Bigsby allegedly said on the stand. I put him in a trash bag, put him in the car where he... Why this thing keeps jumping? Well, he sat for 3 to 5 days. After the correction officer wrote down Bigsby's words, Bigsby asked to sign it. He claimed Bigsby did sign the paper. Then Darren, an FBI analyst forensics, was on the stand, the examiner, and he also took the stand. He claims he looked at Cory Bigsby's tablets and phones when asked if he saw any pictures of Cody after June and July 2021. He responded there was no original pictures of Cody. There are still multiple law enforcement officers and correctional officers listed on the witness list who haven't testified. They could still be called to the stand today. But Cody's 7-year-old brother made claim that suggested Cory Bigsby abused Cody. He also spoke about a time in which he thought his little brother Cody looked it dead.
Mm-hmm.
See, so if those were the words that DJ said, those words can't be changed when you're telling us the story. We can't say, even how emotional it is, we need to hear exactly what the child said. That's very vital. If the child said Cody looked Dead.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, when you have a 7-year-old boy that's done described death, and he don't even know what death looked like, but he looked like what everybody's saying. He ain't moving. His eyes is, I mean, and he's all bruised up. I'm trying to wake him up, and he looked dead. You know, kids know what a dead body look like. It just don't move. The color changed. Did that baby say anything about Cody's color?
Yeah, he said his color was different and his face was wrinkled, red, and bruised.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we're waiting. We're gonna wait tomorrow. I know it's late, and I know you've been emotional all day today.
I was.
Y'all need to. I mean, and you know what? It is a good thing that you show your emotions while you're in there, and that's what the family don't want you to do. They don't want you to cry, because you cry, then guess what? The jury cry, and people understand, and they know that. But I'm not saying go do that. But I mean, if that's how you feeling, let it out. Let it out.
That's something I can't control. I can't control my feelings.
I wouldn't try to. I really wouldn't try to, because.
And I'm not going to.
And you know what? He's gonna say, now you guys are gonna be emotional, but you can't go off on your feelings. That's what he's gonna tell the jury when they get to that part. They all do that, but people cannot get away from their feelings. Anyway.
I mean, and it wasn't like, it was just Amanda crying. I was crying. It was all our peers. We were all crying.
Yeah.
So you cannot pinpoint just one person.
Yeah. That's why they got mad. They got mad.
Yeah, and I think I was the biggest crybaby out of them all. I mean, I'm over there and my nose is running and I'm sniffling, tears are just coming down. I couldn't control it.
Yeah.
I wasn't loud crying,
Yeah.
but just sniffling.
Yeah. Well, y'all, I'm going to say this because I don't think a lot of people know, but when you, and people got to be, when you got a nice channel, you can't put people's pictures up there without their consent. You know that, right? Like, I mean, since there's a trial going on, that's why I put on there Virginia versus such and such, because these are pictures from the news and such. I did not take these pictures. But, but like if I'm somewhere and you done got me on social media and then you putting little remarks and making fun or whatever, they'll tell you to take it down. If you don't, and I've had somebody tell me one time, take it down. And I was like, nope. And you know what? They reached out and said, if you do not take it down, if you do not take that person's picture down, they will take your account.
Yes.
So,
That's why somebody told Amanda that she needed to report that what Kay had sent her. Because she's bashing Amanda. You and your little minions and her and her minions and you and your fake friends. And she just
I thought they was the best of friends.
Not her and Kay. They've always had problems, but they've been talking a lot here lately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
And you know what? Once this case is done, maybe, people will get over it that, you didn't find the child and I didn't find the child. Nobody found the child. Nobody got a crack at trying to get information, because I'm pretty sure that's what we all were trying to do. That's what I tried to do.
Definite.
But it just wasn't going to happen. The family was really keeping it down where And the only one that really actually could have got in there could have been just Rhoda, but
Mm-hmm.
when she basically got angry and called him a nappy headed whatever,
Yep.
the family was like, "Oh, I guess she done switched up," because we were like, "What the heck going on?" But I kind of felt like sometimes people don't know what the person that's trying to get the information out there where they're going, but somebody's got to be close a friend and bring the other side too.
Correct. Correct.
So I never was mad about that, but then I kind of was like, but dang, you switching. But I get if you're dealing with the civil part, they
Mm-hmm.
did, um, you know, uh, violate his right. That
Mm-hmm. Oh
and
yeah.
but
Yep.
but at the end of the day, still
It
it's
is
more
what I mean.
important.
I'm sure they have their lawsuit. I'm sure of it. You know.
Well, no, they can have a lawsuit, but if he
Mm-hmm.
is found guilty, that lawsuit will not stand.
Oh.
Yep, because uh, we read and I told everybody this when sometimes you have did violate the law under the law, and this is in every state, that if
Mm-hmm.
it tries to help, find the baby, get information about a murder or whatever, because like police, they can lie to you,
Right.
and they not they can do that, and they can swear and lie to you,
Yes.
but they can do that if it's to try to get to the truth. They can do that, but
Mm-hmm.
if he is found not guilty, yeah, then he's got a lawsuit, because then
Right.
not only he violated the right, but they did that trying to get to something that they didn't ever have. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said he's not gonna win this. They're definitely not gonna let him win.
No. No. No.
That's what I got out of it when I started looking up the law when that happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah. I don't. I don't think so. I don't think.
all
I,
right,
I, I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
I, I hope he is guilty so we can get justice for Cody and
oh
him.
yeah, he's that's hands down, and that's hands down right there. I mean, most of the time somebody's guilty, they're gonna get it. But then you see where there's a shadow of a doubt could be there.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see no shadow of a doubt there at
None of
all.
us. Mm-mm, none of us do. Mm-mm. I mean, prosecution put on an excellent, excellent case.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
They had everything that Brown and them didn't think they had to cover their tracks. Brown says that from day one they just pointed Corey out because he's a black man and they just want him in jail. And like Antoine Bell said, we have the burden of proof to prove to you that this man murdered his child.
Yeah, they can't say how he killed them, exactly what day, what time, and all of that. But they know that that child does not exist. They know he
Correct.
was the last one, and he really put the nail in the coffin himself when he sent the email to the mother. He wrote
Mm-hmm.
the confession letter. He
Mm-hmm.
stated it again, and they seen him on video. No, he's gone.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
so you guys can basically, I don't know, to celebrate it. I mean, but because it still don't bring Cody back. But some
Right.
people say, well, Cody got justice. Well, Cody's not here.
Right. Right. We can celebrate his life.
Yeah,
No,
and
he broke.
he's a really cute baby.
Mm-hmm.
My
He
grandson was looking at him today because we were talking about it in the car, and he was like, "Grandma, what happened? Why you got all his pictures?"
no.
And I was like, I got his pictures because I said, because I got him on the fireplace and got him all in my phone. And because we were talking about what happened to my grandson in school, he
Mm-hmm.
he hit somebody in school because they've been hitting on him for the last 2 months. But um, I told him, I said, he's your age. He's the same age as you.
Oh.
And And he was like, "Where is he at?" And I just told him. I told him what
Yeah.
happened to him because I'm not gonna keep nothing from my grandson. I told him, "You're very blessed that you got the father that you got because this baby is not here anymore." And
Yeah.
we all looking for him and wanting him, and he's got the same name as your dad, Coco. You know,
Right.
and
That's just, it's so sad.
it is because when I'm with my grandson and he's talking to me and we just chatting it up, I think of Cody.
Mm-hmm.
That he can't chat it up with his mama.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
He
Absolutely.
he
I
can't
mean, it's
he
just
can't
my
chat it
grand.
up with his grandma and play and laugh, saying little silly stuff and laughing.
Right. I mean, Cody can't crawl up into bed and watch TV or watch a movie with his grandma. Like my grandkids can. And I look at them and I think about that with Cody.
And I think when women, and especially when they love the man, or they feel like that's love, it just because they have a child by them, they
Mm-hmm.
it is normally it shouldn't happen because it's their child. So I can understand why the mother would say, okay, we're co-parent, I ain't got myself together, so go ahead and take the kids. I can understand that. I can.
Yeah.
But we really didn't know at the beginning, was that true? Was it not true? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Why you
Right.
showing up with with an attorney? You know what I mean? Like, really? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not excusing nobody. I'm just saying do have compassion for
Yeah.
the mother and the grandmother and the sister, that family.
Absolutely. I
I
mean, they
don't
had
have
they.
so much compassion for Corey's family because I'm gonna tell you why. When you stand on the lie and everybody stand with you on the lie, and this baby has nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I'm not. Hey, I'm just like, this is a grown man. He can defend himself. But then y'all gonna lie, like, like this baby is in another town or something, like, stupid. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and the sad thing about it is the worst lie ever because, see, I look at this like, what type of people will make up a lie? Virginia, I just hate to say it, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense. She gonna come on TV and say that this baby was at her house in September.
Mm-hmm.
And DJ, the favorite child, don't even know her.
Right. Says that he doesn't have any aunts on his dad's side. That's
So
exactly
this
what
is
he
another
said.
woman that can care less about this kid,
Absolutely.
all for a man.
Absolutely.
She put If she gets on that stand tomorrow, she is the biggest. She'll be the biggest dummy in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish she
Yes.
do get on the stand and say some stupid stuff, and purge herself, perjury, and they find out and she can go to jail too.
Well, this is what we're banking on because I remember when those charges came out, those murder and concealment charges came out. Antoine Bell stated, "When trial comes, there will be another arrest."
Yeah.
So if they want to put her up there and let her perjure herself, because Antoine, he's going to get her.
Yeah.
That man's done his homework. He's going to get her.
I learned something though when she said that. She said the babies was at my house in September. So she didn't say 2021. She didn't say 2020.
Mm-hmm.
She just said September. She left it like that because and she said, if she gets on the stand, she gonna say, I want to say, I believe it was the 2021, but I'm not for sure. That's what she's gonna say
Yeah.
because she's not gonna say for sure September 2021 that baby was at my house. Because if they ever find any evidence that that baby was already deceased, I want them to lock her tail up.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Absolutely.
If I was the mother, if I was Cody's mother, I'd be like, hurry up and lock her up because she tried to get this man off. And when you do that, you need to go to jail too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because it's a baby. It ain't a dog. It ain't a cat. You know, it's a human being. It's a whole body.
Right.
You know, a whole baby. Where is he?
Right.
You know, will you please, if you're found guilty, will you please tell us where he's at?
He might as well.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he already tried to tell us, and the family's like, "Shut up. We can do this. We can." I mean, you got nothing to lose. If you tell them you're going, if you just shut up, you don't know. They hoping for somebody to slip in and try to pay somebody off or try to intimidate somebody or whatever. But these people that call themselves clergy, okay, it's too much for me. It's just too much.
Yeah, way too much.
All right, I'm gonna get off of here. I gotta.
All right, guys. Well,
I
like I say, I don't know how long this is gonna last. Monday, but we'll do an update.
Yeah, they'll come on Monday. They'll probably end Monday, and then they'll go in deliberation on Tuesday. I pretty much because Duda Brown, when he's talking and being a clown, clowns don't have nothing to say when it comes to serious work. They really just don't.
Absolutely. I need a picture of him so I can do that clown thing with him like I did Amina.
Yeah. All right.
So, all right. Well, I will talk to everybody on Monday.
All right. Thanks, Nancy.
All right. Have a good weekend.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yes, on Monday, I wanted to see anything else. His face was red. It was dry. He also claimed there was instant in which he couldn't wake up his brother Cody. His face was red, it was dry, and it was bruised. The brother recalled the exchange he had with his father following the allegation. I asked my dad what was wrong with Cody. He said nothing was wrong with him, the brother said. When the prosecutor asked the boy if he believed his dad, he said no, because Cody looked it dead. In the courtroom, Cory Bigsby was visibly shaking and somewhat emotional. Members of the public who were in the courtroom were upset during the child's testimony and began crying. During his testimony, the child did struggle with description of time. Another noteworthy testimony was provided on Wednesday by Cody's mother, Dana. On the stand, Dana claimed that she and Cory Bigsby, who shared 4 kids, have not been in a relationship since 2019. After she was hospitalized in 2020, she left her children in the care of Bigsby, she claimed. She was hospitalized in 2020, you guys. She claimed she had not spoken to Cody since 1921, about 9 months before he was reported missing. She claimed that in April 2021, she got an email from Bigsby that read in part, Cody is still doing the same stuff. He needs to come back to you. I do not want to seriously hurt him to protect my babies. She did not believe the claims Bigsby was making in the email, she said. Many are hoping the trial will provide answers to a question the Hampton community has been asking for nearly 2 years. What happened to Cody? Cody was 4 years old when he was reported missing January 31st, 2022. Since then, there's been no trace of him, but law enforcement believe he is deceased. Over a year later, in June 2023, Cody was charged with the murder of Cody. Cory was charged in the murder of Cody. He's facing child abuse and neglect charges are unrelated to Cody's disappearance. Since Cody was reported missing, the community has organized search parties, declared offense in his honor, and rallied to fight for answers. I'm gonna tell you guys something I wanted to share with you before I get off of here, and I know it. I'm running late for work right now, but I wanted to share something with you. They were saying on the news, and let me go over this real quick. They were saying that Cory Bigsby um, initiated systematic abuse. And I was like, what's systematic abuse? Now, there's systemic abuse and then there's systematic abuse. They said systematic. So I looked it up, and this is what it says on systematic abuse. Systematic abuse, on the other hand, refers to abuse that is deeply ingrained within the structure, processes, and norms of a larger system or institution. It's about the abuse being embedded in the very fabric of how a system operates. This type of abuse is often a result of inherent flaws or deficiencies in the system design or implementation, which allow or even encourage abuse behavior to persist. Systematic abuse highlights the role of the overall environment or institution. Usually, this is what they do to people in like a jail. Like, it didn't matter what he did, he was going to make him guilty of everything and say he's wrong. And both terms address serious issues of abuse, but the emphasis difference aspects on how abuse occur and is perpetrated. I just wanted to know what it really meant, because I was like, why they keep saying he encouraged the abuse by allowing the other kids to never getting in trouble, always disciplining Cody, always Cody was in trouble, and just started just really disliking the kid, maybe because Cody looked like his mother, and he did to me. But yeah, devastating ripples effects of the family violence is people die due to domestic or family violence, right? But that's how systematic abuse is. They get you to think that it's you. It's you. It says, as bad as it sounds, you learn to manage the behavior, which you cannot do all the time because there are still outbursts of violence, but you learn to live with it. I don't think people, unless you have experienced it, understands how perpetrators continue to inflict systematic abuse, whether that it drags, whether that is dragging out court proceedings to leave you broke or sabotaging your attempt to get support. Hey, Tina, what's going on?
Hey, SP, did you check your cash app?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not.
Okay, so I got a question.
What's that?
Okay, so remember when Cory said, come and get your child before I hurt him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I got a question. All right, so it allegedly.
Oh, I see the cash app now.
Okay.
Girl, you go with your bad self. What you want to do with that?
Well, I want to bless the mods with some of those tickets.
Okay.
Okay. So, where did Cody pick that from?
Cody, take what?
Okay, so what I'm trying to be nice about it because I don't want your channel to drop or nothing like that. So so you know how like a person touch you inappropriately, and they go and touch other people inappropriately.
Yeah.
So where did Cody learn that from?
Most of the times, kids, they pick that up from. You got to remember, Cody ain't went to school, so he had to pick it up from home.
Right.
They don't. Kids just don't. And it could have been. TV, but
Yes. Okay.
but most of the time, kids pick up that kind of behavior from watching, peeking, being in the same environment, being touched themselves.
Mhm.
That's how they
Okay.
get it.
Okay. I was just asking that question.
Because you got to remember, Corey said that he didn't even think about taking his kids to a babysitter.
Right. 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 Right.
And a lot of times, kids, if they've been touched that way, then they touch it. They don't think nothing of it. They just thinking, okay, they looking to see what happens, like, they don't know it's a sexual thing,
Right. And they don't know. Right. And you're right.
you know?
Right.
But they do it because they seen somebody else do it or somebody done it to them.
So let me ask you another question. Do you think that, when DJ was on the stand yesterday, do you think, okay, this is my personal opinion, and I don't, well, I shouldn't say I don't care, but I do care. But do you think that he was coerced into saying stuff?
Nope.
Into saying stuff like that?
Nope.
Because my personal opinion, kids, even me, I remember when I was 2 years old or 3 years old, I was in a real bad car accident, and I broke my leg and arm. So trauma does, keep in that memory bank. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think that he was coerced. I don't think that Anton Bell prepped him. I do not think that Dana, talked about it. I think the child just wants to forget about it, but he can't because that's his brother. And as far as I'm concerned, DJ is a hero in my book.
Well, remember one thing. They interviewed that child that day and they had it on recording what the child said. The social
Right.
worker came back up on the stand and testified that there was no the consistency was still the same what he said that day.
Exactly.
The baby was in the bed with him. He shook the baby color, all of that was the same.
Yes.
Couldn't nobody
Yes.
prepped him because didn't nobody know Corey was going to call 911 on January 31st.
I didn't know it.
They done already talked to the baby.
Right.
So
Right.
Dana couldn't put that in his mouth.
No.
He said basically the same thing. That's what that social worker when they after the baby got on the stand, DJ, they called the social worker in that spoke to him.
Right. 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 Right.
And she said pretty much what he said was credible. He might got a date or age or something mixed up or and then he gets I don't know I'm tired. He rolling his eyes and wanting to cry and wanting to get up for water and go to the bathroom or whatever. But he's a baby. He it's too much. 2 hours of
Yeah.
asking
That's too much.
questions to a kid.
That's too much. Too long. Too much. That's just my personal opinion. DJ's the hero in my book, and he's doing justice for his brother. He's giving his brother a present. Well, that's what I call it. He's giving him peace in his way. Uh, you know. Hey, as far as I'm concerned, that's all I got to say about that. You know.
Exactly.
Yes, ma'am. But anyway, you know what super chat I would like to see?
What's that?
The man in the red paint.
I don't even know where that one is. Let me see. Oh, okay. I think it's the
Yes,
first
ma'am.
one. Alrighty. We finna get
All
up.
right.
Thank you, Miss Tina. And I know you're going to hit me up. We're going to come on tomorrow. We're going to come on tomorrow because I know we want to talk about this more. And
Right.
I just, we all need to think. We need to think
Right.
sometimes before we speak. We just
Right.
do. Give us a lot to think about because now the defense is finna come up. We done heard everything that the prosecutors done said, and we just need to think about what they're saying and what they got. But We're going to come on tomorrow. And you're going to have to let me know who you want, get what, or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I want the mods and definitely Sugar Mama.
Okay. But you're going to have to tell me how to divide it on up there.
Say that again?
I said, tomorrow let me know how you want to divide it all up.
Okay, dear, I will.
And I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, you guys. She said, here's the super